Decades, one local museum has honored the legacy of Miss Lucy Craft Laney and other influential African-American leaders in the greater Augusta area. And next month, the Museum of Black History is hosting the second annual Frank Yerby celebration, honoring a groundbreaking novelist known for being the first Black American author to publish a best-selling novel in the United States.
And joining us this morning is Museum Executive Director Corey Rogers, along with President and CEO of Golden Blocks Consultants. It's Leon Mabin, who is portraying Yerby for this year's event. Gentlemen, good to see you.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good to see you. Great to see you, and thanks for coming back on the show.
Oh, always.
Corey, let's talk about this multi-day event honoring a best-selling author, Frank Yerby. Give us a brief history of the man.
Well, Yerby was quite an extraordinary individual in terms of just his volume of work that he published, world traveler, just led a very eclectic and colorful life. Born in Augusta in 1916, died in Madrid, Spain in 1991. He published 33 novels. 3 were New York Times bestsellers. 3 were adapted into major Hollywood motion pictures. Over 60 million copies sold worldwide. Right. So quite an extraordinary life. His first novel, The Foxes of Harrow, sold nearly 2 million copies, and that was his first book adapted into a major motion picture. So quite an extraordinary life he led.
And coming from this area, I'm sure many people don't even realize that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's one of those things where oftentimes we know everyone else's history, but we often don't know our own history. And so I often like to include Mr. Yerby in the pantheon of those great Augustans. When we talk about James Brown, when we talk about Jesse Norman, we should also talk about Frank Yerby in that same breath.
For sure. And this is the second year honoring Yerby. So what happened last year? Did you guys have a celebration?
Yeah, so last year was really, really special. We renamed Hall Street at the corner of Hall and 8th in honor of Frank Yerby. So we call it Frank Yerby Street. That was where his childhood home and birth home was located. We also put our author's bench in the courtyard of the Laney Museum. This is a bench similar to the one that's on the Riverwalk for the author's bench of Augusta, Georgia, but the one at the Laney Museum pertains directly to Mr. Yerby, and about 17 of his novels are carved into the bench. So it's pretty amazing, including a poem that he wrote in honor of Lucy Laney in 1933.
Very cool.
And Leon, you're portraying Frank Yerby. How long have you been taking this role?
About 3 years now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good costume too. That's the pipe. That's right there.
The pipe.
He's known for his pipe and talking with his nephew. He always often, when he was writing, his pipe, and also quite naturally a glass of wine, since a lot of his writing was in Madrid, Spain.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, what can attendees expect from the upcoming 2-day event, and when is it?
So it'll be September 4th and 5th. We usually have it around his birthday, which is September 5th. This is a partnership with Payne College. So on Thursday, September 4th, we will have a reading of one of his books called The Dahomean. And then on September the 5th, we're going to screen The Golden Hawk at the Laney Museum. We're going to have a birthday cake. We're going to have popcorn and all other types of theater fare on the 5th. So it's exciting. We're excited and energized to share the good news about Mr. Yerby and his legacy and how it connects back to our great city.
Now, is there a charge for the 2-day event?
Everything is free.
Ooh.
Mr. Yerby, free?
Free.
Free.
Okay. Mr. Yerby made it so.
That's right.
Corey, talk to us about the significance that Yerby had from the CSRA here.
Yeah, well, it goes beyond just Augusta. You know, Yerby's significance went international. His books sold in many different countries, many different languages. As I mentioned earlier, 60 million copies sold. The other thing that's sort of interesting about Mr. Yerby is that his books cut across so many different genres. So he wasn't pigeonholed into one particular genre of writing style. He went from the swashbuckler on the riverboat to medieval Europe to the Wild Wild West. Right. Yerby is considered the first Black author to achieve millionaire status from the sale of his books. And so his legacy transcends Augusta. It's international.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a millionaire on the show.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I need a loan.
I don't bring much.
I can
Me
understand
too.
now why you like to play Frank Yerby.
Well, if anybody is interested in going to the event, where do they need to reach out? Who can they reach out to?
So you can go to our website, LucyCraftLaneyMuseum.com. You can call the museum at 706-724-3576 to reserve or to let us know that you'll be there.
Perfect. And a recap of the dates one more time for our viewers.
Yes, September 4th and September 5th, the day of his birthday, September 5th, 1916.
Wow. All right.
You're looking pretty good for a man that age,
Yeah, you're
Mr.
looking-
Yerby, my eye say. Okay.
Red wine.
Red wine.
Red wine.
From Madrid, Spain.
That's
it.
That's the
That's
one.
it. That's it.
Manja. Corey, Leon, thank you so
Yeah,
much for
thanks,
joining us today,
guys.
guys. We
Guys, always
appreciate it.
thank you for
Thank you
always
so much
having
for
us.
having us. Yeah.